All right. Yeah. So, hey guys. We got the official beginning of award season with the Critics' Choice nominations and the Golden Globe nominations on the same day, which is pretty exciting. Um, yes. So, I'm going to be doing my reactions and my thoughts on them because there definitely is some interesting things going on here. So I will pull that up. I'm very excited to like finally get in this, and I'm mostly going to be seeing like, who's going to be there Oscar day, because I don't know who will get nominated for the Oscars, but this will definitely help me figure all that out. So just wait 1 second. Yeah. So let's start with Critics' Choice because why not? So Critics' Choice Awards. And I've actually already looked at these, but like not too much, and I really thought too much about it. So here's my time to like fully get into my thoughts here. So yeah, we have Critics' Choice, we have Best Picture, we have Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power the Dog, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. Wait, I'm actually going to share my screen, but that is kind of interesting with that because uh, yeah, there's some interesting things there because Belfast, like we knew was happening, like lots of these we knew was happening, but I feel like 7 I was pretty confident on, but there was 3 I'm like, okay, what's gonna be these last 3 spaces? And that was like Coda. Well, actually, I guess I had Coda in. So I guess it was really between Nightmare Alley and Don't Look Up. I didn't know who's going to get in there because the reviews came out for both those movies recently, and they kind of made me a bit more skeptical to how they would do, especially at like a place like Critics' Choice. I'm like, oh, they're Don't Look Up's reviews are actually very mixed. It's at like a 50 something on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty crazy that it got in here. And the what am I saying? And then we have Nightmare Alley, which even though people are saying is good and stuff, it doesn't, and some people were really enjoying it. Seems a bit divisive, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be that big Oscar thing that we thought Nightmare Alley could be. But then they both got in here, so that's a little interesting. And I think this was my best picture lineup, like like I changed it just a bit, but this basically was how my best picture lineup looked. Except maybe I had Coda and Spencer switched out, which is interesting that Spencer does not get in here. I'm very interested, like how that's gonna do, because I think it might be done for picture, but it's definitely gonna get some awards, and we'll see if we can like pick back up some steam. So then we have Best Director. We have Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. That makes sense. Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. Makes sense. Gene Campion for Power the Dog. Guillermo del Toro for Nightmare Alley. Steven Spielberg, West Side Story. Denis Villeneuve, Dune. Those feel like choices that make a lot of sense. Those feel like the top 6, I would say, for like those things, especially with Nightmare Alley getting in picture and stuff. If Nightmare Alley doesn't get in picture, then I don't think it's gonna get director. And I, if like the Oscars, so if it doesn't get it, then I think it will just be the other 5 getting director. That's what I would have. So yeah, that feels about right. And by the way, for the movies I've seen, some movies have not actually been released yet, or not super widely released. And then some movies I still need to catch up on, like West Side Story. I really want to see this weekend. Sadly, I couldn't, so I will be seeing it next week, and I'm very excited about seeing it. Looks amazing. Um, and then I still need to see Power the Dog and King Richard, but those will happen. Those will happen. but I still have seen Belfast, Coda, Tick Tick Boom, and Dune of like those big ones. So I still have quite a few to see. So I won't really be talking as much about my opinions on these right now. It's more just like, oh, what's surprising and like how this will affect the other things because I can't talk about my opinions on everything. But from like what I do see, there is one thing that I'm very sad is missing in Best Picture, and that is Come On, because I saw the movie and I loved it, and I was really hoping that the Critics' Choice could be like a place where it actually gets a nomination, but that did not happen. So I'm very sad about that. But you know, whatever. And then Best Actor, Nicolas Cage gets in there. That is very interesting. I do think this would be like the one place if he does get a nomination. I would have guessed it would be Critics' Choice, but that's cool to see him there. I have seen Pig, and I thought it was a pretty great movie, and Nicolas Cage does do really well. But then again, it's like Joaquin Phoenix isn't in here, and if like the people that were sort of like, oh, we don't know if they're going to get in the Oscars, but they're great performances, I do prefer Joaquin Phoenix and Come On, but Nicolas Cage still is great, still a really good performance. And then the rest of them sort of make sense with things. I think we have 5 other nominees, and I think at least 4 out of 5 will go in the Oscars. I think Will Smith, Andrew Garfield, and Benedict Cumberbatch are very safe in it. They're definitely getting nominated. And then Dinklage seems like he's gonna get it. And then Denzel Washington, he definitely seems strong, but it's like I also sort of want to put Leonardo DiCaprio and Don't Look Up in there. So I'm like, who do I take out? And I think it could be Denzel, could also be Dinklage, but maybe it'll just be those 5 and Leo does not get another Oscar nomination. But yeah, we'll see. Best Actress. I feel like this looks about what I had. It doesn't have like Penelope Cruz, which people might have thought was going to happen from Parallel Mothers, but uh, Kristen Stewart, obviously the big front runner. Jessica Chastain, another like big person here. Nicole Kidman seems to be another big person. Olivia Colman, I definitely think at this point she's going to get the Oscar nomination. I'm like, those four feel pretty confident. Lady Gaga and House of Gucci, I don't know. House of Gucci seems like it's not going to be quite a giant award player, and it looks like just of how the divisive nature of it, and lots of people do not like it and stuff. But Lady Gaga could still get in there. She is Lady Gaga, and I don't know. I haven't seen House of Gucci, and I know there are some people who like her performance. I don't know how much praise she's actually getting for it, but obviously you can tell here that there are some people who like her. And then Alana Haim in Licorice Pizza, which I wonder if that will get in the Oscar. I guess I think that just depends on how big Licorice Pizza gets in the Oscars. If Alana Haim gets in there too. And then Best Supporting Actor, we have both Belfast boys, which pretty expected. I really like both their performances. I'm like, supporting actor has been a wild, crazy mess this year. And so like, I don't know, I'm fine with both of them getting in there. I thought they were great performances. And then we got Troy Coaster from Kotzer. I don't know how to pronounce it, from Coda. And he probably was my favorite performance from Coda. So uh like I'd be happy with him getting a nomination there, especially in this category. So I'm happy at that. Then we have Jared Leto, the performance that I know some people absolutely hate and think he does terrible. And then there are also people who are like, oh, Jared Leto deserves to be nominated as one of the best supporting performances of the year. I have no idea what to do with that performance, but yeah. And then J.K. Simmons being the Ricardos is interesting. I love me some J.K. Simmons. I haven't seen Being the Ricardos yet, but I haven't heard that much buzz about like, oh, J.K. Simmons in this movie, but you know, he's J.K. Simmons. I'm sure he's great. Then Cody Smith McPhee, Power of the Dog. This one seems like it's been getting nominated like in all the smaller critics circles and like the smallest award things. He's been pretty consistent there. So I think he's going to get in there. So I feel like pretty confident on the two Belfast boys, Troy Coaster and Cody Smith McPhee. Those are the people I'm like, those four I'm like, okay, I think they're going to get in the Oscar. We're finally like shaping things up. I don't know if Jared Leto gets in. I guess we'll have to see. Best Supporting Actress. Katrina Balfe, yeah. She's great in Belfast, makes sense. Ariana DeBose, I've heard a lot of praise from West Side Story, I think she can win. Anne Down in Mass. I've heard a lot of praise for Anne Down, but Mass hasn't actually been doing that well and it's had really bad campaigning and stuff, so I didn't know if that'd get it. But she is here, so there's a chance for an Oscar. Kristen Dunst, Power of the Dog, that seems to be in most places. And then we have Air Anjuan Ellis from King Richard, who also seems to be like a pretty consistent thing. So I think that's probably happening. And then we have Rita Moreno, also from West Side Story. So that's dual nomination from West Side Story. I wonder if we'll see that in the Oscars. But yeah, I don't know. Best Young Actor Actress, and finally, come on, nom, because Woody Norman is here and 100% deserves it because he is incredible in that movie. And honestly, just like I would like just nominate him for supporting actor. He's my favorite supporting actor performance of the year so far, but you know, at least he's here. I hope he wins this, but it could be Rachel Zegler because she's in this. I don't know how old she is. It's pretty interesting that she's here, but I don't know exactly what the age gap is. But yeah, I've heard great things about performance. And then we have the person who's Venus Williams and King Richard, and Amelia Jones and Coda. She does really good. Cooper Oppenheim, Licorice Pizza, and then Jude Hill, Belfast. He also did really good in the role, so that seems to make sense. Best acting ensemble: Belfast, Don't Look Up, Hard They Fall, Licorice Pizza, Power of the Dog, West Side Story. I think that makes sense. No Coda, which I think some people that could happen, but I kind of need to like go through some of these faster, so I'm just gonna say, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I forgot to check the comments. Oh, yeah. So yeah, that's what people have been saying, that some people really do not like Leto's performance and think it's terrible, which is just so weird to me how it can be that split. And yeah, that's another thing. Jared Leto could actually get a Razzie and Oscar nomination like Glenn Close did last year, and that's very interesting. Hi, Eddie Fun again. Yeah, sorry for not checking my comments sooner. But yeah, acting ensemble makes sense. It's interesting that The Heart of the Fall gets in there, but it has a stacked cast. Like just looking at the cast, it's like really good, but like that one gets in there without like much of a chance at all of getting any like acting nominations. Best original screenplay: Licorice Pizza, King Richard, Belfast, Don't Look Up. Oh, being the Ricardos is interesting though, because it's getting in over some of the. I'm pretty sure it's getting in over something that got in Best Picture, which is really interesting. I mean, it's Aaron Sorkin, so like it's Aaron Sorkin. I love Aaron Sorkin. I haven't seen Green the Carders again. It doesn't look like it's going to be his best work based off what people have been saying, but like, I think I'll still like it because I haven't disliked anything Aaron Sorkin has made. And yes, Globes love their Sorkin. I'm pretty sure. Wait, this is Critics' Choice, but yeah, Globes also do love their Sorkin, but I'm pretty sure he's been nominated a bunch here too. Uh, but that is interesting. What did I have here for my thing? Or was there only, is it only those four? I need to pull up my Gold TV real quick, just for like, I'll get back to that in a second. But best adapted screenplay: Power of the Dog, Lost Daughter, showing up. I think that's gonna happen at the Oscars. Coda, West Side Story, and Dune. People didn't know if Dune was gonna be a screenplay contender because they didn't know if it'd just be like that director and like pick the picture that just gets the director nomination, not the screenplay. But it could get screenplay too, which I would totally be down for it getting screenplay. Yeah, I am gonna look at Globes after this though. So yeah, I would totally be down for it getting screenplay. Obviously, like director is the more important for that movie, but like screenplay makes sense. Wait, who'd have an original screenplay? Oh, an original screenplay. I thought Come On could get in, or Mass, but they picked Being the Ricardos over that. So I guess actually, like that fifth spot was pretty open, and they went with Being the Ricardos. But no, Come On again. But best cinematography: Tragedy of Macbeth. Obviously haven't seen the movie. It's not really released yet, but just watching the trailer, that seems like a yes. Dune, yes. Again, West Side Story, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog. Haven't seen the movie yet, but just based off like the trailer and what I've been hearing, those seems like five. This should be like the five for the Oscars. But then right there at a sixth spot, we have Belfast. And I was a big fan of Belfast. I think it's a great movie. But like the cinematography is good, but like it doesn't need a cinematography nom. It wasn't that good, like to reach that nom. But I will kind of be disappointed if it does get cinematography. But like, oh yes, in the Globe, Sorkin got above West Side Story, which is crazy because West Side Story is looks like one of the big contenders. Hoping. Yes, I'm also hoping Tick Tick Boom gets adapted screenplay nom because I also love Tick Tick Boom, and I think it probably will happen with how adapted screenplay is looking. Wait, did it get one here? Oh, it didn't get one here though. That is interesting. So wait, oh, because West Side Story has to get it, but then there's also The Lost Daughter. So I think actually it will probably be at the Oscar. It will be between Dune and Tick Tick Boom, because Coda seems like the type of movie that would probably get screenplay. So probably one of them's not going to get it, which is kind of disappointing because I love both of those movies. But yeah, best editing. These basically look like the top five movies that like at the Critics' Choice. Like this looks like they're just top five movies in general. West Side Story, Belfast, Licorice Pizza, Power of the Dog, Dune. Kind of makes sense. Tick Tick Boom. They don't seem to be as big of a fan of, I guess, because they didn't get screenplay. And also, this they still obviously gave a picture, but it's been. Sorry, I had to mute real quick. But yeah, I have seen it getting editing a lot of places, but it did not here, which is interesting. Costume design. I'm just gonna like have to go through these quick because I am going on for quite long, and I still feel like Golden Globes. Costume design, Cruella, yeah. Dune, yeah. Nightmare Alley, West Side Story, Hazukuchi. Seems like makes sense. I guess Nightmare Alley could get snubbed because it might not be as big overall, but that could happen. Production design, French Dispatch seems like it's going to be its one nomination. Like at places, most places. Oh, the same people did the production design for West Side Story and French Dispatch. That is pretty crazy. West Side Story, definitely gonna happen. Nightmare Alley seems like it's definitely gonna happen. Dune seems like it's definitely gonna happen. And then Belfast just seems like because it's like a big contender, is gonna get places like that. And the production design is good. So I'd be fine with that. I don't know. If there's like a better pick I would go for, but if Belfast got nominated, I wouldn't be too mad as long as it doesn't like win. Best score. I hope I don't make it sound like I hate Belfast or anything, because as I said, I do really like the movie. Best score, Don't Look Up. I've actually heard a lot of like buzz for this score, so I think it could in. Then our dual Johnny Greenwood, Power of the Dog, and Spencer. Spencer's definitely one of my favorite scores of the year. I really hope it gets in. Oh, that's actually only Spencer's second nomination after Kristen Stewart. That's pretty interesting. It didn't get in costumes. That's pretty interesting. And then, ooh, Nathan Johnson did get in for Nightmare Alley, which is interesting. I didn't know if that happened. And then Hans Zimmer Dune, obviously. Song, King Richard song, yeah, it's Beyonce. The Encanto song, Harder They Fall song, that's pretty interesting. Don't Look Up, I Expected, and then No Time to Die. Pretty obvious. So the only one is The Harder They Fall, like getting in there. I don't know if that's gonna happen at the Oscars, but it could. Best hair and makeup, Cruella, yes. Dune, yeah. Isaac Tammy Faye, House of Gucci, Nightmare Alley. Those seem to make sense. I feel like at the Oscars, maybe Nightmare Alley doesn't get it. They might go for something else over it. I don't know. Best visual effects, Dune. Obviously, it's gonna sweep that award everywhere. Matrix Resurrections. The only reason I didn't know if it was gonna get in there is because I don't know how many people have actually seen it because it hasn't been released. Nightmare Alley is actually pretty interesting. Oh, No Time to Die in visual effects. That is very interesting. I didn't really know if it'd be a big player because like even like when the James Bond movies had done really well, like Skyfall got like 5 nominations, it didn't get visual effects. And then Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings. Uh, I think that could happen. I feel like there has to be like one Marvel movie getting in, but like there doesn't seem to be that one like that one that will be very clear of what it gets in. It's not gonna be Black Widow, obviously, but then there's like Shang-Chi, which is well, no time far what am I saying? No Way Home hasn't released, but Shang-Chi is like the favorite MCU movie. Uh what is up? How's it going? But that's like the favorite, but then like Eternals, I think probably has the best visual effects. And then there's also No Way Home, which I guess we'll have to wait and see how good the visual effects are in there and how well it's liked. Best comedy, okay, interesting. Animated feature, Encanto, Flea, Luca, Mitchell, Steven, Raya, and The Last Dragon. That seems like the five that will probably get in the Oscars. There's also like The Summon of the Gods and Belle, which could like maybe sneak in there. Best foreign language film, A Hero, Drive My Car, Flea, Hand of God, Worst Person in the World. No, there is no Titan, which is very interesting. I thought that could like there seems to be like probably like 6 or 7 like big international players, and I thought Titan is like, oh yeah, is that gonna get in there? Because there's a lot of people talking about it within like it's probably even might be the most talked about at the international feature movies, but I guess it's just like with the subject matter and how crazy it is that people aren't gonna like it as much. Oh, I'm actually really interested in what your top 4 ensemble picks were, if that wasn't. Yeah, I think Dune's definitely gonna win a lot of stuff. Like, I think it's easy. Sound and visual effects, it's easily gonna win, and like it has quite a bit of shot on like cinematography, score, production design. So yeah, yo, and then they don't have the balls to nominate Little Pony, My Little Pony: A New Generation for Best Animated Film. Yes, I mean I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna trust you on it that it was great. So 9 to 10, but the rest of them are actually probably like the 5 the 5 other biggest ones, so those sort of make sense. So, yeah, now let's look at Golden Globes. Yeah. What Golden Globe nominations 2022. Where's just the wiki? Yes, here it is. Okay. Drama. Belfast, Coda, Dune, King Richard, and Power of the Dog. So Coda actually seems like really strong and even stronger than I thought because it's getting in there with 5. And then the other ones, yeah, Belfast, Dune, King Richard, Power of the Dog. Those make sense. I'd say those are pretty easy locks for, uh, yeah. Oh, Mass Dispatch, Coda, and King Richard. Actually, those all do make sense of why they get nominated. So I actually kind of see how you'd say that. I guess there's just a lot of like stat cast and like movies where there's lots of good performances. So yeah, that is pretty interesting. I wonder what SAG is gonna go for ensemble. I really don't have much of an idea. And then musical or comedy, we have like Licorice Pizza, Tick Tick Boom, West Side Story. Obviously, Don't Look Up seems like safe. And then the fifth pick, I was like debating between Cyrano and In the Heights, but they went Cyrano, which is interesting. And then actor Mar Ali in Swan Song. That is crazy. I didn't really see him as like I didn't see that at all. Like I was not expecting Ali to get in for Swan Song, which is crazy. Because yeah, I don't even know what to think about that. But I guess some of them were in comedy actor because Leonardo DiCaprio, Peter Dinklage, Andrew Garfield. So 3 of them were there, but like they still didn't nominate uh, they nominated Ollie over, like, what am I saying? Joaquin Phoenix again, obviously, and then also Nicolas Cage too. Like those performances that lots of people are loving. So that's pretty interesting. And then Javier Bardem also there and being the Ricardos. Seems like they're gonna have lots of being the Ricardos love because they also have Kidman, and it's in screenplay. And didn't get in drama though, which is interesting. And then Cumberbatch, Will Smith, Washington, those all make sense. Uh, Actress, Jessica Chastain, Olivia Colman, just more like reason that they're gonna get in. Lady Gaga, Nicole Kidman, Kristen Stewart. So that's actually 5. All 5 of those were nominated for Critics' Choice. I wonder if that will be the 5 at the Oscars. Best performance in a motion picture musical or comedy, and we have one big surprise. Marianne Cotillard, I don't know how to pronounce it, from Annette. I did not think Annette was gonna get any nominations, like, pretty much, like, at any of these places just because of, like, I haven't seen the movie, but just hearing stuff, it didn't, like, seem like it was gonna be the or, like, the awards type of thing, like, it's just gonna be too out there, too weird. But there you have it. That is very interesting. And then Elena Heim in Licorice Pizza, because she's in this category, so it's like all 6 of the people got from Critics' Choice got some nomination. Jennifer Lawrence in Don't Look Up, that makes sense because, Jennifer Lawrence in that. Emma Stone in Cruella. I like that pick for, like, this category because I really liked Emma Stone in it. And what am I saying? I really liked her. Like, it wouldn't be probably like top 5 overall, but for that category, I think it makes sense. Anthony Ramos was award-winning in The Heights. I love the movie, loved him in it, wasn't even thinking about him for award season. And I wasn't really thinking about him much either, but I do think that for this category, for just looking at musical or comedy, I feel like he fits in like that this slot or whatever. But he probably wouldn't be like if it was just for like overall. And I feel like that's what the page most people on. But maybe you don't even think he's like deserves to be there, which would be pretty crazy because I know you do love In the Heights. But yeah, the other one makes sense. Leonardo DiCaprio, Peter Dinklage, Andrew Garfield. Obviously, I think Andrew Garfield's going to get a win here, which is exciting because he's my favorite performance of the year so far. I love him in Tick, Tick, Boom, so I'd be very happy if he gets this award. And then Cooper Hoffman, Anthony Ramos. That makes sense. Supporting actor, Ben Affleck in The Tinder Bar is just a crazy thing. It just shows you that some of this, there's going to be some weird stuff in supporting actor. But then the other 4 are pretty consistent. Those 4 that I said that are safe getting in, that were in the Critics' Choice. But they went with Ben Affleck over Jared Leto, which is pretty crazy. And I thought Golden Globes was going to go for Jared Leto and Critics' Choice wasn't. But it's the opposite. So I have no idea what to think about Jared Leto in here. And do I think Ben Affleck is a real like competitor for supporting actor? I also have no idea. Better than Ben Platt though. I still haven't seen Dear Evan Hansen, I can't say. Yeah, it would have been pretty nice to see it there. Yeah, I really like In the Heights, so it's kind of like, I guess just 3 of those movies were really strong for this, and then so I guess it was just like I haven't seen Cyrano or Don't Look Up, so I can't really say if it deserved it over them, but I did really like In the Heights. Supporting actress, these seem like actually the 5. Oh, Ruth, she was not in what am I saying? She was not in the Critics' Choice top 5. I just realized that, which is crazy. But now I'm trying to remember who all was. But I think this will be the 5 for the Oscars. This is who I'm predicting for the Oscars. Best Director, Kenneth Branagh, John Campion, Steven Spielberg, Denis Villeneuve. Makes sense. But then right there in the middle, you have Maggie Gyllenhaal for The Lost Daughter, which is just another very interesting thing because, wow, I don't know. Because, like, I don't really know what to think about that because I did not expect that from the Golden Globes at all. Could that be a thing at the Oscars? No idea. I still think they'll go with PTA, but that'd be interesting. Best screenplay: Licorice Pizza, Belfast, Power of the Dog, Don't Look Up. I guess this makes sense because they're all in these categories. But then again, being the Ricardos, Aaron Sorkin showing up in there, which it made a lot more sense in the other screenplay category. This one's very interesting because he gets it over a bunch of the ones that were up for Best Picture because it's just 5 for screenplay for all 10 nominees. So he got it over movies like King Richard, Dune, West Side. Oh, he got over West Side Story, which is actually the big thing, which is crazy. That West Side Story is like this big thing here, and it got over that, which is very interesting. It also got over like Tick, Tick, Boom, Dune, King Richard, Coda. So yeah, that's very interesting that he got in there. An original score, this is one of the weird ones because it has Parallel Mothers getting in there. I don't know why, because like I've never heard anyone talking about the Parallel Mothers score, but I don't know, it could be really good. I'll have to listen to it and just watch that movie. But yeah, really don't know what to think about that because wow. And then also Encanto getting in there. This is a crazy score category. And then The French Dispatch, which I guess could be a thing. And then only like two that I was like really confident on. Johnny Greenwood for Power of the Dog and Dune. I feel like those are the top two competitors, but like those other three, I'm like, interesting. I do think French Dispatch has the best job for Oscars. Best song, they went with yeah, Encanto song, the King Richard song, a respect song, and No Time to Die, and then also just this Belfast song. I've seen Belfast. I do not remember a song in it. Apparently, it's in the credits. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they just nominated it because like, oh, Belfast is a song. We like Belfast, but I don't know. Best animated feature: Encanto, Flea, Luca, and then this movie, which I had never heard of and doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. And then Ryan the Last Dragon. So there's no Mitchells vs. the Machines. This should be the Mitchells vs. the Machines slot right here. And they nominated this random movie. Like, what? Mitchells vs. the Machine is a lot better than Ryan the Last Dragon. Is better than Luca. I haven't seen Fleer and Canto, but like, I love Mitchells vs. the Machines. And it's just like, wow, I don't know what to think about it not being there. I'm very upset. But yeah, at least in critic choice. But it's so weird that this is some random movie that I literally never heard of. It wasn't like, I don't know, some movie I have heard of getting in. Oh, foreign language is interesting because this has Compartment Number 6 and Parallel Mothers, which were not in like my predicted top 6, but then it does have Hand of God was one I didn't know if it was going to get in, but it's gotten in both places, Drive My Car, and Here I've gotten in both places. So, Worst Person in the World and what else? Worst Person in the World and something else missed out here, which is interesting. So I really don't know what to think about who's going to win here. I don't know if Jatan's going to get in. I think Drive My Car just has so much love and it's been like building and stuff, and it got nominated both these places. I think it. I think it's gonna be the winner. I guess that's who I'm predicting right now. Yeah. So that's basically what I have to say about all those awards. That's a lot of stuff there, but yeah, I've been talking about this for like 30 minutes, so it's probably time I should like stop. But those are my opinions on all those things. Well, not I guess not opinions because as I said, I haven't seen a lot of these movies, but that's sort of my thoughts with like how things are gonna go and surprises and stuff. I'm happy to like finally get some like big things set in stone. I don't know, like I really don't know what to expect fully with some things, but I really have got an idea with some things, and I'm definitely excited to like catch up on these movies and then like go into the awards with like a mindset of like what's going on. But yeah, from what I've seen, they don't seem too bad. There doesn't seem to be anything too terrible. Uh, yeah, I don't know. All right, bye guys. I'm gonna end the broadcast.